Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me.
Someone's recording this.
Welcome to Listen to Iron Maiden, baby.
Baby.
I'm Ash from South Wales,
I'm Ante from New South Wales.
and we're going to be doing a podcast today. We're not selling anything, but we are living the dream. Are you ready? You know the words. Sing along. Ante, welcome.
No, thanks, man.
I enjoyed talking last week about how funny this intro of Transylvania sounds like.
Yeah. No, that was a good laugh. Actually, that was good now. Just boost the energy levels for
Yeah,
us now.
I mean, come on. Listen to that. Boosts everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, Ante, are you enjoying doing the podcast and listening to your own voice?
Strangely enough, I'm loving it, actually. I'm getting used to the voice thing. Yeah, that was the one that was really getting me at first. I was
Well,
like,
I'm enjoying because I listen back to it when I edit everything,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
realize that I say like things like that a lot. Like I'm catching what I'm saying a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
keep saying da 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 and things like that.
Oh, that-
Da, 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 and things like that. You know, everyone has like a thing they say.
Yeah.
And I have that's one of my ones. And yeah, I'm trying to watch what I say a little bit more. It's really
Yeah.
very funny. But
Well,
yeah.
I apologize to everyone too, because as I'm the one that's being learned on
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, I'm more the person sitting here going, yeah, right? Ah, okay. Sorry about that, but yeah. Yeah!
yeah. And Ante, I know you're from Australia. Your name is Ante, which is
Yeah,
a Croatian name.
Yeah.
Do people ever call you like Antenna or something like that?
Oh, you know what?
How-
Like, most Australian people can't even
How do
announce-
people say your name usually?
There's a few. So the usual ones will be auntie,
Auntie, that's
auntie, which sometimes people find that like,
Yeah.
oh,
Auntie,
auntie.
yeah.
How's your uncle, auntie? Yeah,
Yeah.
shut the
See, I
fuck
don't get it bad, but whenever I meet Americans, they always like taken back. Hi, I'm Ashley. Because they're expecting like some hot blonde girl or something. Yeah, sadly, guys, in the UK, Ashley, well, especially when I was born, Ashley was such a popular boy's name that there's a lot of people I knew actually called Ashley who were guys.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
sadly, it didn't go across the pond. So
yeah.
anyway,
Well, yeah, when I first met you too, Ashley, it wasn't strange for me.
Yeah.
I've met other Ashleys
That's
in
good,
Australia
that's
too.
good. Oh, that's
so,
good. Yeah, Well, you know, Australia is where we dumped all our rubbish a long time ago. So you keep our names.
Glad I'm of Croatian background. Anyway.
Anyway, so guys, we're going to continue with the album, the first album from 1980, Iron Maiden. We've gone through most of the songs now.
Most
So
of
a
it.
couple left.
Yeah. 2? Or is that argument with 3?
2 or 3.
Two or three, yeah.
We'll bring that up too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but this is going to be the final episode on the album before we move on to other stuff. But I'm as a whole, like I said, I'm very familiar with this album and I love it a lot. But just before we go into detail, would you say that?
Well, for me, for the last few weeks, I've been listening to it a lot, so I've become familiar with it too.
That's good.
But in general, for me, it's like this is still not heavy metal for me.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
there's parts of it, like we were talking about with was it Phantom of the Opera, and that
Yeah.
was like this is what metal will become, and
Yes,
that. But this is still more of a rock, bit of punk, but yeah.
They're not quite the the band that people know them for right now. Yeah, but still good.
Still a great album.
very
Like I said, raw energy, great album. Yeah.
100%. But let's carry on with the next song, which is Charlotte the Harlot.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, you got your legs in the air as the heel of the left. Shout the harlot, show me your legs. Shout the harlot, take me to bed. Shout the harlot, let me see blood. Shout the harlot, let me see love.
I'm joking.
Charlotte the Harlot.
Charlotte the
Yes.
Harlot, right? So
a beautiful sonnet written by merry minstrels about quite the harlot.
yeah, I think going by that we're doing this in 2023.
Wait for it. I don't know if it's going to come through, but
Go ahead.
Charlotte the harlot.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Oh my god, we got 2 Game of Thrones references in 2 weeks. Uh-oh.
Sorry for the sound on that one. That one's coming from my
Shame.
phone. So shame on me.
Well, as I said, because it is 2023 and cancel culture is in full effect.
Mm.
Thank God there are no names that rhyme with whore, slut, or slag, because I'm pretty sure this would have been called like Maggie the Slaggy if it was possible, but it doesn't go, right? Like, I know that this is about a prostitute and a harlot is a prostitute,
yeah.
but I'm sure like if there was a name, like, can you think of a name that rhymes with slut? No names, right?
No, not really.
There's not slag,
No.
whore.
What was one you just said before that? I really liked that.
Maggie the
Maggie the
Slaggy.
Slaggy.
Maggie the Slaggy.
It's a great like alternative cover.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, because this is written by Dave Murray, who like writes a song every like 3 years or something like that. And since we were watching the documentary, right? And Dave is quite like wholesome looking bloke, right?
Yeah.
But apparently he was a skinhead and he wrote a song about a prostitute that he frequented.
Who would have known?
I know.
He was such a happy guy.
But yeah, I mean, they don't really play this song anymore. But thank God they didn't go with, Mag the Slag or whatever, because they would be in deep shit right now.
Yeah.
But Steve said that he liked playing this one because it's different to what he would write.
Okay, yeah.
And what do you think about the intro, that riff?
I'm trying to put my finger on it because it does remind me of another song.
Yeah.
I just can't. Oh,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say like, I don't not like it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But there's always something. I like the rest of the song.
Yeah.
But then that intro part, whenever I hear it, and now I think because I've listened to it so many times, it doesn't. I can't go as far as saying I don't like it, but it's just a bit. It's just a bit weird.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't suit it a little bit, but I still love. I do like the song, but when he said about like that, Steve said that he loves it when the other guys write songs because it's stuff that he wouldn't write to do.
Yeah.
Which in my own experience in my band now, like actually my favorite songs from the band are the songs that the other guitar player has written, and I'm like, what? This is weird, isn't it? Because aren't I writing the stuff that I like?
Yeah. Right.
Why wouldn't I like it more? But
depends on how you're writing it. Because I know for me personally, when I was like writing something, I found that I'd sit down, write something, but it's almost like I never chose the song in my head. It would kind of write itself or choose itself.
I see that. Yeah.
So
I see.
That's my take on that. But with you guys, is everybody writing songs or?
No, it's like, well, mostly it would be like I would write the song. So my procedure was always I would write the song, record a demo of it, send it to usually everyone.
Yeah.
But then Richie would be like, oh, I got something. He would write vocals for it, then send it back to us. And then, the song would go from there.
Yeah.
Whereas with Keita's songs, he just wrote the whole thing, sent it to Richie. And then, Richie wrote, it's just Richie would make everything come live basically. But
it's interesting sometimes, like when you've written something and then to see the evolution of just that one song, right?
That's the whole point. That's why I like recording music. I just love the initial idea, you put it down, and then it becomes, that's why I love having other people do stuff, because I'm like, do whatever you want. It makes it more interesting.
That's right. Yeah.
But, with Iron Maiden, Charlotte the Harlot, I guess the music is written by Dave, but then possibly the lyrics are by Steve, but I don't know. I'm actually not even sure who wrote the lyrics actually, because I can't remember Dave.
Writing about Charlotte.
After watching so many interviews with him, like if you ever watch his interviews later, he's so soft spoken and stuff.
You're right. Yeah.
And he like, how the hell did he write Charlotte the bloody Harlot?
He was just letting off some steam.
Possibly. Yeah. And this is also the start of a series of songs about Old Charlotte. There's actually 3 songs. There's one on the next album, and there's one way down in like 1992, which just comes out randomly. Like, oh, is this about Charlotte?
Charlotte gets around. Well, she does.
I'm not going to tell you exactly which songs they are, but if you pick it up one day, then I'll let you know. But it would be cool to see.
I'm going to have to go on a hunt for these.
Yeah, don't record it. Also, Bruce re-recorded this in 1988. Let's have a little listen.
Yeah.
Charlotte, you got your legs in the air, don't you hear all the laughter? Charlotte the Harlot, show me your leg. Charlotte the Harlot, take me to bed. Charlotte the Harlot, let me see blood. Charlotte the Harlot, let me see love.
I just really don't like Bruce singing about girls and stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say, which version do you like better?
100% this were the original version.
Same. That's a tiny bit more polished because you're saying 88.
Yeah.
But
but the thing with 88, right? The problem here with 88 is that, well, I'll explain more in the future, but Bruce has this weird thing right now where he's kind of like tired of Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's tired of doing metal music. He's trying to push the band to do acoustic stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, no. And because of that, and I guess in a way to like make himself feel more creatively inspired, he changes up his voice to this like raspy thing. Like, listen to his voice right here.
Yeah.
Don't you hear the laughter?
You're right, because when you first played it, I was picking up, I was like, hang on, that's Bruce? But something sounds a little bit...
He starts off a little bit singy, but then he does 2 bloody whole albums in this voice.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, I really feel that it suffers for it, you know? Sometimes it works, but when you have 2 albums full of it, and he's just doing the whole like, I've got the and my voice and like, sing the fucking song.
Sing it like you sing it.
Yeah, it's really weird, you know. But like I say, I think he was just creatively burned out, and you know, like he said, you know, he says like, you know, when you're in Iron Maiden, there's a lot of things you can't do because you're in Iron Maiden, and that is one of those situations. But I much prefer the original to that. But it's cool that they recorded it because I do like you know, hearing Bruce's stuff that's not just live, you know, like a studio version of the old stuff. But I much prefer the original.
I wonder what Paul thinks of that one.
Oh yeah, I wonder what Paul did think about. I'm sure he said some really like thing that you can't repeat on the air
probably.
It, you know? But you know, I'm sure like if bloody Blaze had been doing it, he'd just been like, like imagine like Blaze did 2 albums, you know. When Bruce rejoined, they did about 2 or 3 songs from the Blaze era. Yeah. And like, you know, Blaze must have been like, fuck him.
Kill him.
No, they're really friendly, but you know, it is weird to hear people singing your songs, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
And also like, sorry, talking about the Bruce one again, the way they say Charles de Hala doesn't have the energy. Like, it's a bit, I don't know, doesn't it sound weird? Like the... The backing vocal, it just sounds a bit like boring.
It's kind of flat.
Flat.
The other one is just got a lot more energy in it.
Paul blasts it, and when he does it live too, he's awesome. It's really, really good. I don't know, just not a fan of that one. I much prefer the original. Good
Definitely.
job, Paul. Paul won, and Paul Bruce.
Sorry, I ain't got it now.
Well, he gets a bonus point for being Bruce, doesn't he?
That's right.
So they're on draw. Yeah, so do you like the song, Ante, this one?
I do. So for me, because it's coming, also the song placement in the album, it's a nice, like, how would you say it, you know, end to the album. We're going into that final act kind of thing. True. So, yeah, I really like it. Yeah,
I do like it, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it, what I mean. It's not cheesy, the intro, but it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think where the song shines, my favorite part is the breakdown part where
definitely
singing.
Yes.
So let's listen to that. Oh, love it, Paul. There was a time when you left me standing there. So I gotta sing along to this. Charlotte, you left me alone in there. Okay, when he says, well, Charlotte, I love that part.
Yeah.
When he sings that line, well, Charlotte, you know, like that, I think it's brilliant.
Well, this is Paul showcasing again.
Mate,
he can sing nice and beautifully.
I know, Paul should have just gone full Elvis after Iron Maiden, right, you know? Yeah. I can't believe he went... you know, he should have gone full bloody Elvis, man. He's a crooner.
Yeah.
He's just brilliant, like, you know? I absolutely love when he sings that part, you know? Yeah, it's fantastic.
He really could have gone well if he went down that route.
Yeah, he should have just, like, you know, put on a leather jacket, you know, just like opened it up a little bit, wax back the hair a bit, whatever. Maybe like instead of wearing a t-shirt, wore like a proper dress shirt, with a couple of buttons down.
Ooh,
yeah,
hey,
you know, That's all you need to do.
That's it.
Croon.
But no, he went for the.
He went for it. I'm not pressing it again.
Don't. Yeah, I was going to say. Don't. Wait.
No, I know because I know.
Don't like mangoes.
People just don't like mangoes, man. There's too many mangoes in this one now.
Nah.
Paul, mate, you should have gone down that way. You sound awesome.
That's it, man.
Yeah, the bass is great too in the song. The whole song, man. This is the point with I Maiden. It's like I don't just say the bass is good. The bass is good. The bass is good. We all fucking know the bass is good. But
You know what else is good,
really
though?
good.
The bass.
Yeah,
the bass is good.
Yeah, and the bass. Very good. Yeah. I really like. It's just brilliant. Like it's funny because Steve is all self-taught as well. He's just kind of like playing by
Awesome.
feel, and I don't know. It just adds a lot to it. Even though it is a little bit high in the mix sometimes, but whatever.
I'll forgive him.
I know this was this was in 1980, and women were still treated like trash. Sorry, trash. I'm not saying they are trash, but they were treated like trash, of course.
I was treated like trash in the 80s.
But yeah, quite
Won't get
harsh
into
from
that.
Dave, right?
Sorry.
Oh wait,
No.
wait. How old were you in the 80s?
I was born in 80. So,
Ah,
yeah.
So wait,
Easy to count then.
So you were in 1989. You were 9.
Right.
So do you have any memories of the 80s?
I've got memories of the 80s, and most of it was growing up heavy metal music with my brother and sister. So
there you
yeah,
go. That's good memories.
Actually, they
I
didn't
think.
treat me like trash. I take that back. No, I had a good childhood.
No,
Lots of hugs.
Yeah,
happy
but
thoughts.
You're a man, Ante, not a woman.
Happy thoughts.
Bloody
Happy
women.
thoughts. Hey, let's not get into that argument these days. No, go on.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a whole female Iron Maiden band called the Iron Maidens.
There's a I saw a Japanese group.
Oh, really?
I don't think that's them. I think they were just doing a cover of.
I see. Yeah,
they played great though.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Well, think about Japan. It's funny because like everyone here is like trained.
Right.
Like they're all anyone that's playing guitar is like actually had a teacher kind of thing,
Yeah.
So I played so many gigs here, and like when I go there, there's always bands that are full of people who are really, really good, technically good players, but like they just know soul or energy to them, whatever. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah.
Paul wouldn't like it.
Paul would hate these Japanese bands. Well, you just played a proper chord.
It's trained. It's trained. You can't play from here,
Yeah, imagine that. Like whenever Paul Diano like is like boiler's broken, whatever. And okay, sure. Hello, mate. My boiler's broken. Are you trained? Yeah, phone down.
I'm just gonna have a crack at it.
Like he doesn't even eat food that's cooked in a restaurant. He just like shouts to people, "Oi, have you ever cooked before?" No. You're my man. Like, funny thing is that Paul Diano right now is in no condition to beat me up, so I'm going to say whatever I want. No, but I love you, Paul. I'm sorry. So Dave, man, fucking hell. Harsh, isn't it, Dave, singing a bloody song like this? But I guess the song is about, she's a prostitute and he's trying to save her and take her home.
Yeah.
Captain Save a Ho. And what's funny as well, man, is like, I don't skip this song.
Yeah.
But if I was going to skip a song,
this would be the one.
This would be the one I would
it's
skip.
It's not high on the list, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to say the word skip because it's really negative. Now, I know you're from Australia, Ante, and I thought, let's coin a term on the show. Let's call it Skippy, right?
Skippy.
Now, not the peanut butter, you bloody Yanks. We're talking about the adorable kangaroo.
Da-da-da-da.
Are you ready?
Everybody.
Come on, say it, Skippy. Skippy. Skippy the bush kangaroo.
Hey.
Okay. That's where you hear the Australian when they say bush. See, I say bush, but they say the bush. The bush kangaroo.
Did you ever watch the show at all?
I have vague memories of it. I know it. I must know it because I'm singing it.
It was a smart kangaroo, man. The conversations are just...
Yeah. So, well, Skippy's not going to be a part of the show, but
no. Yeah.
In a way, to like honor the Cockney roots of Iron Maiden, I thought having a nickname for stuff is much better. So when we want to skip a track, we're just going to call it like a kangaroo or a bit of a roo.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a roo for me.
That works. I like that.
Is that a good?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a, I don't want to say skip or anything negative. So yeah, this is close to being a bit of a roo to me.
And Skippy is 2 syllables. Hurts my head straight away.
Exactly.
Keep it short.
Bit of a roo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is a bit of a roo, but it is a bit of a roo.
It's
in the context of the album.
It's a bit of a roo. Yeah.
I would I have caught myself skipping this sometimes to get to the next song.
Don't tell people. Come on.
I know. It's only that bloody intro. That's all.
Shame.
Yeah,
Ding,
exactly.
ding.
Shame. I know. It's that intro. It is. It's just something about it when you gotta be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it comes on like, oh, fuck off. Down. Oh, get off. You know, if it just started off where Paul is crooning, I think I would definitely play it all the way. But yeah, I have been known to skip it now and again, depending on my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah.
So that's another great clip I heard of Bruce on an interview where they were saying like, "Oh, you're number one on the indie album charts on the Billboard," and Bruce was like, "Oh, well, I don't really give a shit about the billboards, but it's on the indie one."
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah.
That's great, isn't it? You know,
Thanks, I guess.
like, isn't that the most like I don't give a fuck ever. Listen to his voice.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah.
Is the
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I suppose so. Yeah. I'm just gonna say that to you every time I don't agree with you now, mate. Yeah, I really love this song. Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, mate. So yeah, I think Charlotte Harlow is, man. They played it a lot live during the years. It is quite. They did re-record it, of course. You know, it is a popular song. I guess it works live. It is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the album, usually I do skip it a few times, but only if I'm not in the mood for it. But good job, Dave, for a first effort, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Very good.
They're very good. Paul, great vocals in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you put Shame on you. We can't have too many Game of Thrones restaurants, mate.
Ah,
You
sorry,
know
man.
what happened with that bloody show?
Well, what else do you think? Talking about harlots. Come on.
That's a good word, though, isn't it? Harlot.
is.
I didn't know what it meant originally because I knew, like, I've only ever heard it in
Is this borderline ye old English?
yeah, like a harlot. I mean, because in my mind, a harlot is like, I don't know, like a banshee or something, like kind of a crazy woman. I didn't know that actually meant prostitute, you know.
Mm.
But luckily, nothing rhymes with prostitute.
Hang on.
Well, I'm sure there's a Welsh name that does, because in Wales we have a name called Blodwyn, which is a girl's name.
Yeah.
And it's the most like...
That's a name?
Yeah, Blodwyn.
Okay.
That's a name. But if I said to you, oh, she's a beautiful girl called Blodwyn, in Welsh it's quite a nice word, but in English it sounds just really... All right, Blod.
Blood.
Yeah, it is quite... And it's funny because you like Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever see Taff Wars?
Taff Wars, no?
So in Wales, the River Taff is what separates England from Wales, and they call us Taffs, you know.
Yeah.
And about 15 years ago, some guy on YouTube made a Welsh version of Star Wars, and okay, let's listen to this, right? For the listeners, just go to YouTube, type in Taff Wars Episode 3 Ronda Bar video. We're gonna watch it right now.
Oh, but you look at my missus or what?
Well, obviously, she got a fucking ass with a chin, but.
Oh, but you better watch yourself or I will fucking slam him. I will rip your head off your fucking shoulders, but
Do I look bothered?
you are fucking dead, but
Oh, but get back in your Nova and piss off or I fucking kill you.
fucking have it.
All right, that's enough of that. But you get it. There's like a 10 episodes on it or whatever. I like, it's only, you know, because I'm from Wales, it's just really funny because like the people really do talk like that. Like, and it's but because in England people say mum, and in America they say mom. What do you say in Australia?
Mum.
Yeah, in Wales we say mam, and we don't say buddy, we say butt. I think it morphed into buddy became butt. Everyone says butt. All right, butt. Are you butt? All right, that's a Welsh kind of Welsh thing. So it's just funny. Oh, but I'll fucking slam you. That's like, I hear that so many fucking times in my life. It's hilarious. But whatever. Tangent of the week. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Yeah. So now it's time to listen to the song Iron Maiden by the band Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Ooh.
On the album Iron Maiden. Produced by Iron Maiden. Who are Iron Maiden, mate?
They
A
are.
5-piece heavy metal band from the East End.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Thank you. Yeah, mate. Let's listen to some. When you come into my room. Sorry, I was getting carried away there. Fucking hell. So here it is, guys. Iron Maiden performing the song like just like Black Sabbath did. Band is Black Sabbath, album Black Sabbath, song Black Sabbath. But in the song Black Sabbath, they don't actually say the word Black Sabbath. I don't think.
Right.
Black Sabbath. They don't do that, do they?
I don't think so.
I think Motorhead did one as well, called Motorhead. But I guess it wasn't actually called Motorhead. It's just self-titled. So I guess it's not the same. I think it's different. When a lot of times, a lot of bands will just have the name and then no album title.
Yeah,
People call it, self-titled.
It's the self,
Or, but that doesn't count. You have to call it Iron Maiden or you have to call it by the album for it to count. So for me, it's only Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden who are notable ones to do that. Yeah. Mate, come on. Maiden are punk.
They're allowed to do it.
This song is punk, right?
Yeah.
I know Steve hates punk, but come on. That's a punk bass line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maiden are punk, right?
Right.
Reason being that they got a song about how the band is going to get you.
Yeah.
And a good few of the members actually wear their own band shirts on stage. Now, if it doesn't fuck you to society, I don't know what is, right? Because, come on, wearing your own band shirt on stage is very, very on the borderline of just like winding people up.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like, the whole thing of like, I remember like hearing, when I went to see Iron Maiden, I wore my Iron Maiden shirt.
Yeah.
And I hear the guy going, you shouldn't wear the shirt of the band you're going to see to that, you shouldn't wear the band that you're watching their shirt. I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
Is this an unwritten rule that I didn't know about?
Apparently. So if you go see Iron Maiden, you should wear a Judas Priest shirt. And if you go see Judas Priest, you should wear a bloody Baby Metal shirt or something.
Yeah, okay.
That's apparently weird, right?
Yeah.
I had that once as well. I remember I went back to Wales and I went to my like local rock club, whatever.
Yeah.
I went in the toilet, right? And I was, I've never actually dressed like a rock guy, whatever, only like for a short period.
Yeah.
And I went to the bathroom and this guy, at the urinal, I was taking a piss and the guy was there and I kind of knew him, but we started chatting and he's like, and he was talking about, there was a song playing, this really heavy song by a band called Born of Osiris, amazing band. And I was like, nodding along to it and he's like, you know this band? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you don't look like it. And I was like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to look like? Have bloody just draped in leather and bloody blood dripping on my mouth, whatever. Isn't it funny? Because like a lot of people like metal are like proper like chavvy looking guys.
Right,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you, like even myself, I went to the this years ago, Slipknot for their first album.
Oh,
self-titled again, right?
Okay, yeah.
It was a massive concert. The mix of people was amazing.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Just took that all away. It's like, yes, you got the people that are full on black, some people wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Some people that showed up maybe just from work. They're wearing suits, casual, or it was a big mix and that was great to see.
I see.
A mental concert too.
I bet, man. I only got into Slipknot on the second album, Iowa. I actually talked about this on another podcast I did. I am not a Slipknot fan, but I am an Iowa fan. I love that album.
Yeah.
And when I came out, I bought a hoodie. My grandmother bought me the Slipknot hoodie.
Yeah.
I wore it to school and just got draped in, you're a mosher, you're a mosher, you're a mosher, you're a mosher. And I was like, well, I literally only like this album. I didn't know what it was about the album because I didn't even like screaming or anything like that.
Yeah.
But something about the album was very powerful. But yeah, man, mix of audiences. Iron Maiden are not the best for that kind of thing with audiences.
Yeah.
And oh man, so do you know who Henry Rollins is?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard him talk about Iron Maiden?
No.
Okay, let's play this, right?
Okay.
If you are in front of 18 to 20,000 Iron Maiden fans, the upside is they only want to see one band. The downside is you are not in that band. You are the irritant. They hate your guts. And they have it in their mind that if you weren't on stage, Iron Maiden would be. That if you weren't playing from 8:05 to 8:45, Iron Maiden would have been there at 8 o'clock. So they figure if you weren't there, basically you're just blocking them from Maiden. And picture the mindset of an Iron Maiden fan at an Iron Maiden gig. They've been waiting for this gig for weeks. They've been looking at the ticket every day to make sure the ink does not fall off the piece of paper. They keep reading it every day. Still says Iron Maiden. Okay, cool. Does not say Bjorn again. It says Iron Maiden. We are going to see fucking Maiden. And they play every Maiden record over and over, every Iron Maiden bootleg. They're wearing the shirts. They are psyched. And there's some opening band. We're not Iron Maiden. Hey!
so fucking true.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden fans are, you know, of course, there's people. I'm talking about like the real fans that are like proper really into, like me, who are like into all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
even though I'm a massive fan of the music, you know, I don't really subscribe to being, you know, like a biker looking guy, or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's so right though, man, because I've been to so many Iron Maiden gigs where, man, the support band, it is the worst gig. But if you can do it and get through it, man, you learn a lot, I think.
I think that's also the sign when you can tell if it says support band or special guest. Right?
Yeah. I guess they do say special guest.
That's the way I say it. It's like, special guest? They'll be right.
You're onto something there, mate. Yeah. As much as I do like this song, and there's so many versions of it on the live, you know, because there's so many, they always play this.
Yeah.
This is the song they play when the gig's ending, basically.
Yeah.
And I can't, that's why it's depressing. This is what happens to me.
I pictured you erupting into flames and just melting away.
No, I went full cheesy Darth Vader. No, because I'm like, no, it's the end. There's gonna be an encore, but by the time it hits Iron Maiden, they've already flung through like maybe 10 songs, and it just flies by.
Yeah,
because when you really enjoy something, time flies, right? And it just doesn't drag out. And you're like, no, not already. Fuck. You know?
The credits are rolling.
Yeah, it is horrible. So I love this song and I hate this song.
Yeah.
Because whenever I hear it live in the concert, it means, you know, it's almost over and I can't stand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do love it. I think it's a great song. It's just a cool, like that intro. It's so awkward, but great.
The harmonized guitars when that one comes in.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And it's even better now because you got 3 guitar players doing it, whatever, and it's fucking sick. It is cool.
How does it get better? Add another guitar.
Yeah, add another guitar. Well, you add another guitar player, but then you keep a guy who people are like really 50-50 on, and he curious. And even though he seems to, like, whenever they go on tour, he always tries to find an Irish pub, and like he's quite matey with people, like he's trying to make friends or something, like whatever. But I'm sure he just likes Irish pubs, but whatever. So that line though, when you come into my room, when Paul sings that, like I'm like, yeah. It is freaking awesome. And yeah, man, I swear to God, like as soon as I play that, if I played that in my grandmother's house, man, she would be putting the milk down straight away because she knows it's going to go flying in a second.
Yeah.
This is just one of those songs. Even though when they play it live, I can't really enjoy it because I feel like, oh no, the concert's almost over. But listening to it in the car or, you know, at home in my pleasure, man, milk's going flying. I fucking love it.
But that first line, it sounds like a 15th century merchant. I want to show you all of my wares.
Ah, yes.
Step right in.
Yeah, the lyrics, I know. That's a good point.
That's the only one that goes like, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just...
I never noticed that before. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I think I never really dive into Maiden's lyrics a lot, you know, because when you do...
I haven't until recently because I've been listening to the album so much. Now it's like, all right, now I'm going to start having a little bit of a delve deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can do that in the future. Just have a laugh at some lyrics, whatever. But like sometimes they're really, really good. But then a lot of times they are just very, very, very... When you read them out loud, you're like, oh, what the hell? But then in the context of the song, it does work, you know? But man... And the funny thing, right, is that even though this is a podcast and it's, you know, we're talking about Iron Maiden or whatever, like no matter what I feel about these songs, whatever, all I care about is if it's epic and just how I feel about it. And that's the thing about Iron Maiden is that I remember listening to them and just feeling good, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't want to break down, this drum part or whatever. No, it's not really what I'm about, you know?
Yeah.
All I care about is if it's a good song. My whole thing about talking about this song, is it a good song? That's all I care about. Like Steve says, strong song.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this is a very strong song.
Yep,
I
definitely.
think it's very interesting. And the way it builds back, I want to play it live, man, because when it breaks down and it kicks back in, that's when they bring out the Eddie and all the flames and it goes crazy.
That's right.
It is amazing. Like it is like, it's almost like, I do feel that Steve has always said that he loves playing live. So I really think that he's always pictured songs being live and how they would come across live.
Yeah.
Where in the future, right now they're making short songs, which is great. But in the late when they make the reunion kind of thing, they write a few songs where it has like audience participation part.
Yeah.
and it starts being a little bit forced, I think.
Okay.
He's like, oh, there can be a whoa, whoa, whoa here, and it doesn't feel natural sometimes. Where I made it feels really, really natural to kick in, and some songs that later in the future. But yeah, it can be an issue But I do feel that Steve has always been writing from the mindset of live shows, gigs.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen all of them, but a lot of the music clips are kind of that live setting, right? Stage.
Yeah,
they're up there.
Yeah, the videos are mostly them playing. Especially the early ones.
Yeah.
They go through a stage where every video is them playing live mixed with some like royalty-free movie.
Yeah.
Then they, in the late 90s, 80s, they try and do like proper videos because MTV or whatever. And then they just say fuck it. Whoever designed any PS2 games, get him on all our videos because everything looks like a fucking PS2 game.
Give me all of your pixels.
Oh my god, mate. Yeah. Mate, there's only 2 pixels in each video, mate. When you see it, you'll be shocked, right? Yeah. Because I remember I bought a DVD called Visions of the Beast, which just has all the videos on it, and it goes through them. And then by the time you get to the end, you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, just slap the album cover, and that's enough, Just have a still image, and that'd be better than this fucking video. Yeah, but yeah, I do like Iron Maiden. It can be possible for music to sound dated. But I really feel this album doesn't sound dated at all. It doesn't sound like it's from late 70s.
I know what you're saying. It's, No, that's a hard one. And I guess it also depends on what you're necessarily into. Because there are some things like where you'll sit there and go, no, this is still fresh today.
Yeah.
Like that. But yeah, yes and no.
Right?
That's it. Yeah.
There's something about this album that it doesn't like... It doesn't sound dated to me. Of course, like any band really, especially Iron Maiden later on in the future, there's some stuff which is like, oh, this sounds like, this is 80s Maiden. Oh, this is 90s Maiden.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to define because early Maiden is like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then late 80s, you're like, oh, there's a lot, some synths in it. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then the 90s, like, oh, I'm really sad and depressed. And then the reunion is like, I'm going to go toilet now because by the time I come back, only the first verse will be finished. So I'm kidding. Yeah. But, there's something about this album which just doesn't sound dated to me. I just really like it. So overall, let's talk about the album cover as well, okay? Now, did you know that they updated it at a certain point?
No.
Now, check this out.
Yeah.
So what happened was they released the album cover, right?
Yeah.
And then in 1998, I think they released a remastered version of it.
Okay, yeah.
And they also updated Eddie, but they changed it back in 2015. Check this out.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I'm going to post this on the Instagram for everyone to see. It's actually from a Reddit post, so I'll link that if I can.
Out of interest, was it the same artist?
I don't know, actually. Yeah, any guys, let us know what happened.
I forgot his name, but it's on top of
Derek Riggs, right? Yeah. I don't actually know. Anyone that does know, that knows about the history of the album cover, because 1980, it's got the blue eyes, and it's quite, his face is cool, and there's the bright lights in the back are more like these like rings on them kind of thing. And it's just, I don't know, it's much brighter, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the 1998 one, he's got red fucking eyes. And he looks, I think they're trying to make him more hardcore. I mean, Korn had just come out, hadn't they? So they're trying to like...
No, he looks more evil there.
Yeah.
However, I was just like...
I think they're trying to make him look like the other Eddies. Because on the original one, he doesn't look like the Eddies that come later, does he?
You're right. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He looks like a totally different thing. And he also looks like he's waiting for a bus. I mean,
you're right. No, I'm just
So whenever I looked at this album cover, I always
angrily waiting for a bus.
No, what happened was one bus just went past, but it was full, so they didn't stop. But he's like, "Fucking hell!" He's pissed off, and the bus just went past him.
Or it was a rainy day, and that bus didn't, splashed.
The bus didn't stop. It splashed.
That's why his hair.
That's why his hair is like he's splashed by the bus.
Yeah.
That's why I can't give this album a 10 out of 10, because the album cover, as much as I love this Eddie, because he looks like he's waiting for a bus, I can't get into it that much.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm really not a fan of this updated one either. I mean, the background looks cooler, but I don't know, it just looks weird.
Yeah, I still prefer sticking with the original.
Yeah, I like the blue eyes because it matches the lights in the back, whatever. So yeah, guys, and of course, this is an audio podcast. Just go to our Instagram to check out this picture and make your own mind up. But whatever.
Don't worry. And for Eddie, you weren't catching buses for long, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they were touring on one for a long time.
Oh, well, yeah.
Until Bruce showed up with his bloody plane. There it is.
Legend.
Yeah. But what do you think about, like, also, let's look at the aesthetic, right, of Iron Maiden's logo, right? Everyone knows that Iron Maiden's, like, the name is at the top, right?
Yeah.
It's got Iron Maiden at the top in the font with the white border.
Mm-hmm.
It's eye-catching, awesome. I absolutely love it, right?
Yeah.
Are you a fan of, like, the actual Iron Maiden logo?
Yeah.
And the problem with the Iron Maiden, right, is that I wouldn't say I have OCD, but I just like things to be in order.
Right.
And they keep this going up until Power Slave, where they change the color because to match the album cover, which is fine. It does match the blue and the yellow, right, which is cool, right?
Yeah.
And then later on, when they get to Fear the Dark, they put it like vertically on the side. And they use a different artist too. They didn't use Derek Riggs. They used a different guy. And they put the Iron Maiden on the left side. It totally ruins the flow of the albums. And I'm like, it annoys me to no end. Yeah. And then also, can you see on the Iron Maiden logo, there's like these little things that come off on the end.
Yeah.
On the M is quite, what do you call that?
It's just a sharp stabby bit.
Yeah,
on
sharp.
the M.
They cut all this off for a couple of albums.
Oh.
And then they go back to it in, I think on bloody Book of Souls.
Book of Souls, yeah.
Book of Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when they come back to it, which is the classic one. But yeah, I love this. I just love the Iron Maiden logo. It's so simple, isn't it? Just the red and the white, but then like at the top of the album, and it's consistent up until bloody Fear of Dark, which is whatever.
No, that's iconic on its own. You see it, you know it. It's,
I mean, let's face it, Eddie, he's a punk, isn't he?
Yeah,
like, Who is Steve kid in here? Album cover looks punky. The singer looks punky. You're playing punky bass lines, but I hate punk.
Sorry.
I don't buy it, mate. Anyway, yeah. Also, man, funny, right? So, can you see this? Like, so where Eddie, to the left of Eddie, there's a lamp, right?
Yeah.
Looking down, when I had the album, when I first bought it, I thought it was like two people, shadows in the back.
Yeah.
But then I thought, wait a minute, I'm stupid. It's obviously a chimney, isn't it? Because there's one right there. But I always thought it was bloody two people in the back, and that's why the updated one, there's nothing, there's no chimney. Well, there's one chimney, but why did that? Look at the chimney as well. They updated the bloody chimney. What's the point of that? Like,
I don't know, man.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also have two people shadows in the back, but it's not. It's a bloody chimney. Hoodwinked by a bloody chimney. Yeah, man, clearly this cover was meant to grab people, and it totally worked, right? Because we're talking about it today, aren't we?
Yep.
I mean, God, you got to start off album. Like, you can't do black, what's it called? Metallica did the Black album later on, but you can't do that on your first bloody album.
No.
You got to go full on. Look at me. On the first album, 100%.
Whose album was blacker though? Metallica or Spinal Tap?
Yeah, God.
Don't have to answer that one.
Spinal Tap, man. It was funny when I watched that. I was like, "Wait a minute, is this a joke?" Because these songs are really, really good. I really like these songs. That was the funny thing about Spinal Tap. I was like, "Wait a minute, isn't it supposed to be like bad?" But I don't know. These songs are really good, man. I played Stonehenge is a banger. Stonehenge, where the demons. It's fantastic. Yeah. Probably brilliant. Yeah.
And other classics like Break Like the Wind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was on the album, though. I didn't think that was in the movie. I didn't really hear that one. I heard of it, but I never actually heard it.
That also made an appearance on The Simpsons when they played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't one of them from in The Simpsons?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, one of them is
the bass player.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Harry something.
Yeah.
Harry Shearer.
That's it.
I think.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Some of that Eddie, man, looks wrong to me. I don't like it. Maiden, stop George Lucasing stuff. But at least they went back.
They did go.
They did change back, right?
Yeah.
Unlike bloody Lucas, you know. Oh, but what's funny though, right, is that you haven't really listened to the modern Maiden.
No. I've been going.
They have this album, right, which I really love. It's called Dance of Death.
Okay.
And the cover is like, what's the word to describe it? Like, oh my God, there's like, have you ever seen that film, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? Like in the sex party thing.
Oh,
Eyes Wide Shut.
That's yeah.
You know, like that masquerade ball where like they're wearing the mask kind of thing. And it's like it's that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
And when they did the cover, this is a typical leave it to the last minute thing.
Yeah.
They just had a Eddie, like a Grim Reaper Eddie on the front, right?
Yeah.
But then Rod was like, "Oh, it's too boring," and then they just chucked all these PS2 characters on the front of it. I like. That it's so bad. It's like a baby floating, whatever. It is the worst thing ever. but they won't change it. So I'm like, who the hell's what? Yep, job done. It is fucking terrible. Everyone knows it's terrible. It's voted like the worst album cover ever. Don't look at it.
I want to see it.
Don't look at it.
All right,
No, go.
yeah,
You can go do it.
Yeah.
Don't. You're gonna you're gonna scar your bloody eyes. Dance to Death album cover right now. And what's funny, right, is that like in the inlay, there's like much better photos they could have used of it, much better.
Yeah.
And the live, they did a live album too with Death on the Road, which is awesome. It's like Eddie Grim Reaper with a horse and carriage. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But the one they went with, man, Dance to Death album cover. Check that out right now. It's gonna burn your eyes.
Yeah. What?
React.
No, I can't. What is this? It's like really bad Photoshop,
right? Look at it. Look at it.
I'll paste that in.
So how comes they're updating this Eddie, right, on the album cover, and they won't bloody, fix that up a little bit?
That's also where the M's are cut off.
Yeah. Did you see? Yeah, the logo, right?
Yeah.
So it's it's double rubbish.
You could have just done an awesome Grim Reaper Eddie.
Look at Eddie though, right there.
Yeah.
Him just there on his own.
Yeah.
It's fine. The floor looks awesome.
What? Why?
Look, did you see the baby and the dog? What's going on there?
There's a lot to look at, and it's not good.
That's good, is it? What's good about that?
They should have said that, But apparently everyone was like, "Yep, job done, mate. Slap that on." And I love the vibe of that album, but fucking hell, mate, how can you update this bloody cover and then not change that one?
Someone doing a handstand there.
Oh yeah, the handstanding guy.
It's like a strange circus swingers party.
It's like you're seeing this for the first time, and I remember when I first bought the CD, and I was like, "Huh, is this the right one?" Because
this is a CD, right?
Because I hear the song Rainmaker on like the music channels. I was like, "Oh, I gotta go buy the album." I went to buy it, and I was like, "No way, is this it? No way." And when you see like all the other artwork they have for it, it's bloody brilliant compared to this one. Anyway, we're not talking about Dance to Death right now.
It's art, okay? It's art.
Yeah, it's all subjective. But I would say that 99.9% of the fans said it's shit.
Yeah.
And it is. All right, guys. So, mate, did you enjoy listening to this album?
I did.
Debut album.
I did. People have heard it many times. This was a new Iron Maiden for me. Going back to Paul. And yeah, it opened my ears. I like Paul.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Paul is really, really good.
I will not have anything really bad to say about his vocals. No, he was solid.
Yeah, he's good. So on this album, it's his first album, and I love the parts where he's singing, like beautifully, as I said, you know. And on the next album, Killers, is where he starts going a bit like almost Brucey sometimes.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, he could do all the stuff. The only problem is that, he just couldn't handle the touring, I guess. That's what Steve's reasoning for it was. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, so this comes to the end of the debut album. Overall, man, I love this album. Still in heavy rotation for me. I play it a lot, and I love listening to it as a whole.
Yeah.
Because when I first listened to it, I listened to it from track 1 to the end, and even though Charlotte is a little bit of a roux, I do, I do enjoy it still.
I'll definitely be added onto rotation for me.
Yeah,
I'll probably actually be playing a few tracks of that with the that rock DJ event that I do every month.
That's right.
You do a few extra songs. So this is great too.
Everybody does a reaction. Like you should play some and then talk about it. How
definitely will.
Yeah. But like Steve says, man, brilliant songs and just not the best production. But that's subjective.
Right.
But I think the part where it really stands out for me, what he's talking about with the guitars, is in Running Free, the chuggy part. So listen to this. Ready? That ding-a-ding-a-ding. It does sound a bit like, is the amp plugged in all the way kind of thing? It's just that, it doesn't need to be heavy, but I think in his mind, he wants to be like, dun, 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 dun. It's not quite there. So I think that's where it's quite evident. That's where I feel, I don't mind. I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that when Steve probably listened to this recording, he's like, it needs a bit more saturation or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I feel about it. But yeah, as a debut album, man, it's fucking class.
That's
right?
great.
No wonder they got so many fans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will give it an 8 out of 10, though, just because it's a bloody Eddie waiting for a bus on the front.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I think he's
On both the bus and the 8.
Yeah, he looks good, but he just looks awkward, doesn't he? Just standing there, and later on you get full bodied Eddie, but this one is just half his body's cut off, and he's just standing there. I mean, they could have had him doing anything.
Yeah, but it's only the start where we start to see, his evolution, the changes.
Well, it was funny. It's like the song "I Am Maiden." Right. I Am Maiden's gonna get you. Oh, they're gonna fucking chase after you on a bus. Is that what he's gonna do? Like Eddie's coming, right? Yeah. Oh, I'll be there in a minute now.
Mr. Wait for the next one.
What he gets on is like a screaming baby, and he ends up killing the baby, and then ends up going to jail anyway. So
that one ends up on the other cover, Dance of Death.
Oh yeah.
That's sorry to bring that up again.
See, you got Dance to Death in your bloody head now.
Oh God!
Yeah,
those things that you can't unsee.
Well, I'm sorry, but I love the album musically, but the album cover is
the cover is just
Anyways, so guys, let us know what you think. Any emails that you would like to talk about. I would like to hear people who possibly were around when it first came out, or
that would be cool.
Same position as us, who were Bruce were introduced by Bruce, and then went back to the to Paul.
Yeah,
how did you react to it? So guys, email anything in. We would love to hear from you, and you can email us at listen-to-ironmaidenbaby@gmail.com.
Yeah,
and on our Twitter, listen to Maiden, and all our links are there, and all the podcast stuff is there, so you can go. Now, before we end. Bonus track, shall we?
Bonus track. That's what I'm saying. Is it really the end?
Well, yes and no, right? Yeah. So, although Sanctuary, right? Bloody hell. I'm not even going to play it because it's not technically on the album, right? But so actually, the second single released was Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And it's not actually on the album. And it got added in 1998.
Yeah.
And when I bought the album in 2000s, it did have the song on there. So for me, it is part of the album, but honestly, I've never been a fan of this song really.
Yeah.
But when it's live and Bruce is singing it in Live After Death, it is amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's something about it that it doesn't hit. And like on the single cover has Eddie standing over Margaret Thatcher with a knife, and Iron Maiden. So bloody Iron Maiden, bloody Margaret Thatcher.
Getting political, right?
Mate, Margaret Thatcher is so hated in the UK by the working class, whatever. But I don't know a lot about politics, but I do know that you need to see the big picture about things, and I have read a lot about her actually because I was interested. Because in Wales, she shut down all the mines and things like that, so I was very interested to hear about it. But she's hated for doing a lot of things that seem terrible, like selling and privatizing a lot of the like businesses and stuff like that. But I've heard like from what I've read and things like that, it's like. Britain is one of these countries, right? We had a massive empire. We were king of the world. Then we basically went bankrupt in World War II.
Yeah.
And then we basically came out of it with half the stuff we used to have.
Yeah.
And like a lot of debt, but still going, oh, we're great. See, we're called Great Britain. That word is just a trick. We're called Great Britain because we're the biggest island of the British Isles. Not because we are great, but they like to say the Great British Public. It's a trick, mind trick, whatever. And British people to this day are still convinced that we're some bloody amazing country that, is great and better than everyone else, even though we're not, And during the 70s and 80s, we were going in a way which was like, listen, we can't just keep living off the bloody Queen's tourism, we need to get some bloody industry in here.
Yeah.
And what she did was, basically took one for the team, basically. And she's been hated for doing stuff that, of course, some people got down. That's just life, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, Britain really needed to kick up the arse, and she's the one to do it. And, yeah, she's pretty hot too, right? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, man. Give me a bit of Margaret Thatcher.
Maggie the slaggy. That's what it was about. They could have tied it in, couldn't they?
Margaret Thatcher.
Anyway, yeah. But the song was originally written by Rob Angelo and I think Iron Maiden paid him for the rights for this song. Wow, Steve, you do know how to do it, then, do you? It's weird, isn't it? Like they're paying some guys for stuff and not paying others for it. It's just the inconsistency is what makes people not trust you.
Right.
It's fine to either pay everyone or pay no one. Yeah. I don't mind it. I just love it when Bruce sings it at like 200 miles an hour. That's how fast when you listen to Live After Death, you'd be laughing your head off like how fast it is. Like, and I love the bass. I don't know. It's never been a massive song for me, but and And I know like a lot of older fans who didn't, got into it early before 1998. I'm sure they were not really connected to it, and a lot of people say it's not part of the album, and some people it is. But
well, that's quite. I find that funny. Like it just popped on after. Would you say 88? Was it? When was
1998 it came on. Yeah,
98.
Yeah, and before that, because what happened as well is like what happened was like so in 1998 they fucked up as well, because I think the CD had I think the US release, the CD had Prowler on it, but the vinyl didn't. It's like on the vinyl. Sorry, on the vinyl it's after Strange World.
Okay, the listing is
on the
is
CD.
that,
it's right after Remember Tomorrow.
Okay, yeah,
and then on and on the vinyl it was after Strange World, which is really odd.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's why it's such an afterthought. If they can't even decide where to bloody put it on the album, it's not.
That's odd.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone messed up there. Someone got fired. And they play live a lot, so it must be quite a popular song anyway. I prefer the live version with Bruce singing. That's why I really clicked to it. And then when I heard, oh, there is a Paul Di'Anno song. Yeah. I'm not a massive fan of it, but what do you think about the song? You've been gagging to talk about it.
No, yeah, totally.
What do you think about it?
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like the song? Or?
It's a roux for me.
Well, it's funny because they named the the management company after the song as well, Sanctuary Records, whatever. Yeah. So it is quite popular.
I guess it's some type of special attachment for them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe but I just love when I do like Paul singing it. Give me sanctuary from the law, but I don't know. I'm oh no, actually I do like it. No, I've sung it. I think I do like it. That's a problem I made. Is that if I try and like like when things are the bar is so high that you can't just be all like, oh, this is great. So I'm trying to like find a little bit of a I'm trying to give myself a bit of an edge, but I can't. I still love it.
That's the problem. Most of it is great.
Sorry, I do because what am I talking about? I love Sanctuary, the live version. So but I just like listening to that version where Bruce sings it. Sorry, guys. I do prefer Bruce over Paul sometimes singing those songs.
I like the song. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a route because it's not really on the album. So,
right. So,
like now I listen to all them. Yeah. Well, that's what I love about Apple Music over Spotify.
Yeah.
Is that with Apple Music, I can put my own music onto my iPod and then it mixes in with the streaming stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I have literally two versions. I have the Apple Music version, which doesn't have it. And I have my own CD burnt version, which has it on it, so I can choose which one to listen to. And I'll be honest, I do prefer the one without it. Yeah, but it does pop up in my playlist sometimes. I do shuffle Maiden sometimes, and that's kind of a crime, but I just like to be surprised. And
that's a big shuffle.
It's massive, man. And it usually it plays the same bloody songs over and over. You know how like random is not actually that random?
Yeah,
it is. If you actually have true randomness, it's not actually that random. So
speaking of randoms, I remember back in the day when first had iPods came out. The greatest thing, hundreds of songs.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would have those days going to work and it's like random. Next.
Yeah.
Next. No, I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a song I want.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that for sure.
Yeah.
I used to love the old iPod. I bought like a 180 gig one, right? And what you could do with that one is
was it still the black and white screen?
Yeah,
the monochrome, whatever.
No, I think it was a color one. I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
It was a video one for sure.
Yeah.
But what I liked about it was that what you could do is that when you plugged into your iPod, you could access the hard drive, the disc on the iPod.
Okay.
So I used to put all my music onto the hard drive on the iPod, then drag it into iTunes from there.
Yeah.
So essentially it was running off itself. I had thousands of songs, I had 100 gigabytes of music, but none of it was on my computer.
Yeah.
It was all running off the iPod and it did it.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart, right? Very smart. Yeah. And that's why I would do it. And I would literally I would listen to songs and I would put 5-star for the ones I wanted to keep. And I put 1-star for the ones I want to delete.
Yeah.
So when I plugged it back into my computer, I would see the ones which I don't want. Because for me, I like to give stuff a chance. So I would download a new album and I would listen to it a bunch of times, and then I would just songs I don't like, I'll delete and then don't have it. And I know Jamie, our friend who left Hiroshima recently, he would get angry with me because why don't you have full albums? Because I'm like, well, because I don't like all the songs, and he's like, he's from the album era, so
Yeah, I think I've got to agree with him in that sense. I'd be a little bit
no.
Hang on, why don't I have these?
Yeah, why isn't that coming next? But I'm not really like that. I prefer to just have
You
songs
just
I
let
like.
them go. No,
Yeah.
that's it. Gone. Get out.
I'm a bloody maniac, man. Yeah. I mean, most fans are literally be like, guys, I'm sorry, it's just music, all right? Calm down, right? All right, guys. So yeah, just that was the album. I love listening to it. And what we're gonna do next, guys, is we're gonna go back and listen to the Soundhouse tape, the 3 songs plus a bonus Strange World, and we're gonna listen to the Metal for Mothers compilation, just the Iron Maiden songs on there, and maybe one from a bonus future Iron Maiden member. Yes, that's a thing. And then we're gonna continue, probably go back to the documentary, and then when we hit the next milestone, which will be Killers.
We've still got a long way to go, man.
Mate, there's a lot to go through, and I'm enjoying every second of it so far.
First album's done, but it's not the end.
No,
man.
Anyway, tell your I'd say tell your friends about the podcast, but only tell people that like Iron Maiden, because listen, this is not for everybody, mate.
No.
Yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, man, I'm really enjoying this, and I hope people enjoy listening. We're just having a laugh, guys. I love Iron Maiden. I'm just messing about.
Nah, that's it, man. It's all just having good fun. But hey, if you are enjoying it, 5-star ratings don't hurt.
Oh yeah, the rating. Well, it's funny because
depends on what you're listening to, right?
Actually, it does and doesn't, because the problem with Iron Maiden is that if you type in Iron Maiden into podcasts, whatever, we come up as like number 1 because there's so few that we just come up anyway. So I would very appreciate the 5-star rating because it helps people find the podcast. But this is kind of a podcast that you would only find by searching Iron Maiden, So I told it. Anyway, Auntie. Can you say my name like an American girl?
Ashley.
There you go. That's how people hear my name. All right, guys. Thank you. Catch you next time.
Take it easy, guys.